good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. For those who are new, my name is Elijah, and today we have Sabrewulf versus Jon Talbain. Killer Instinct versus Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers. Yeah, I said it right. Death battle. I am not familiar with either of these two characters. However, I do know, based on just the pictures on, they got hands. That's all I really need to know, and that's why we're here at a death battle. Also, if you want to watch the original video, just link in the description down below. Other than that, I'm done talking. Let's get into the reaction. Let's get it.
Sir Thomas Browne once said, "Every man is his own greatest enemy, and as it were, his own executioner." For many, every day is a struggle to restrain the beast within.
Or else you might turn into a big ol' honkin' werewolf.
Such as Sabrewulf, the savage wolfman of Killer Instinct.
And Jon Talbain, the kung fu canine Darkstalker. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their
Also,
weapons,
these
armor,
are
and
video
skills
games.
to find out
Okay.
who would win a death battle. Deep in the heart of Germany's Black Forest lies the ruins of Sabrewulf Castle, home to a monster of unspeakable ferocity.
I mean, duh, it's called Sabrewulf Castle. What else do you expect?
But that monster used to be a man,
Dang.
Baron Conrad von Sabrewulf. Once an aristocrat of wealth and
50 years
status,
old?
his life would drastically change the day he discovered a secret laboratory deep within the castle's bowels.
He stumbled onto a treasure trove of monster hunting weapons and relics straight out of his family's secret history.
Including a mysterious large claw, which he accidentally cut himself on. Upon the light of the next
Okay.
full moon, the Baron transformed into...
A vampire!
No, a werewolf. This is the werewolf episode.
Come on, Wiz. Spooky
So he
castle
cut
in the middle of
himself
nowhere.
on a
A
wolf's
weird
arm?
cursed artifact. He's got Vaughn in his name. This is totally a vampire backstory.
Now, that's for next year.
Wow.
On that night, Baron Sabrewulf became a bloodthirsty beast.
You know, the name really screwed him from the start there. Almost like it was destiny.
Well, originating as early as classical antiquity, the fable of men turning into wolves under a full moon is a staple of European folklore. Real-life victims of so-called lycanthropy most likely suffered from porphyria, hypertrichosis, or rabies.
Sabi rampaged all over the country, killing everyone he found. Because as a big hairy demon dog, being a werewolf means your strength, speed, and tough hide are off the charts. Oh, and it makes you great at basketball.
With his razor-sharp claws, Sabrewulf can easily tear through solid steel. Also, any one of his cuts can potentially pass his curse to new victims.
But he's pretty happy using those claws to brutally rush down any foe.
With a howl to the sky, Sabrewulf can amp himself up, or tap into his killer instinct to enter a feral rage. In this state, any sense of shame or repression is eliminated as he truly becomes a mindless monster.
So, like,
it also increases his chip damage and allows him to cancel auto doubles
Is he
into
weak
other
to
auto.
silver
Yeah,
bullets,
it
though?
makes him even more stronger and faster. We get it.
And to top it off, he can summon bats that are on fire. Gotta be
Okay.
honest, not sure where this one comes from.
That's
He's
random.
a vampire in a fursuit. Called it.
After a night of painting the town red with blood, Sabrewulf awoke to the nightmare that would be the rest of his life.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly a fan of the whole werewolf thing, so he did anything he could to stop being a full moon furry. But science and magic couldn't cut it.
He descended into madness, but eventually found a possible savior, your friendly neighborhood soul-crushing megacorporation, Ultratech.
AKA
Okay.
Evil Walmart. Or just Walmart.
Ultratech
Wow.
promised Sabrewulf a cure for his lycanthropy. But in reality, their experiments only gave him cybernetic implants in his arms
Cool!
and extended his werewolf form to last indefinitely.
Oh. Also cool?
Wow.
But Sabrewulf was none the wiser. In return for a cure that would never come, he agreed to fight on Ultratech's behalf in their Killer Instinct
So he
tournament.
was a puppet.
What a goober! This moron ran around a creepy castle, bumped into something sharp like a dumbass, and now he might not even be potty trained? Then he got duped by the most obviously evil company ever to ruin his life even more. This guy's either the unluckiest schmuck on the planet, or just high off his ass on opium.
Actually, he was dangerously addicted to opiates for a time, which only drove him further into madness.
Wow, this guy's life sucks.
Regardless, Sabrewulf was a fierce competitor. Within the Killer Instinct tournament, he battled and defeated a Nez Perce warrior Thunder, the metallic super soldier Fulgor, and an actual dinosaur. He's certainly among a high tier of the competition.
like Tusk, who can summon friggin' meteors out of the sky.
Based on how large this projectile is, its impact should be equivalent to over a kiloton of TNT.
This math, yo.
Sure, Sabi can't magically call down space rocks, but he can survive a hit like that and dish it back. In the tournament, he won 17 fights in a row.
Until he met the warrior monk Jago.
Protagonist, right? And he got his hairy cheeks clapped by an alien McFlurry named Glacius.
But even after the tournament, Sabrewulf proved strong enough to tear out his own cybernetic implants. While conducting experiments on him, Ultratech's android CEO Arya had noted that the older a werewolf gets, the more vicious and skilled it becomes, while the loss in strength and agility is negligible.
And
So he has an
proved it in his
overtime
rematch
zinc eye
with
boost?
Glacius. Who's the clapper of cheeks now, you projectile spamming
Oh my
snow
gosh.
cone?
Most impressive considering Glacius once got the drop on Arya, whom, according to an official novella, can react within a nanosecond.
Holy crap! He's not just your average werewolf, he's a super werewolf! A fighting tournament ass kicker!
Though he will sadly always be on the hunt for a cure that doesn't exist, Sabrewulf is one of the most dangerous monsters and men to ever live.
I didn't hear not one
Welcome
weakness.
to the demon realm of Makai, a dimension inhabited by powerful beings known as Darkstalkers.
Basically, your classic Hollywood movie monsters mixed with anime powers.
Makai is ruled by several noble clans, including the Kroots, a family of beasts,
Like werewolves?
including one prominent member, Baraba the Wolf Lord, who had a son named Galen.
Which means hungry wolf.
That's a
really
messed up name.
thinking outside the box with that one, huh?
Perhaps he'd prefer his English name, Jon Talbain.
Yeah, but his dad is named a freaking Wolf Lord. That's so awesome it almost makes me forget he's a total deadbeat, just like my dad. Did I
Okay,
say
the
that out loud?
cartoon old
Things
school.
got worse. One of the Wolf Lord's enemies, the Demon Jeddah, sent an assassin to kill Jon's mother.
Dick move. Moms are off limits. Now a
Wow.
werewolf and an orphan, Jon grew up pretty pissed off at just about everything, especially the humans that hunted him when he transformed.
In the light of a full moon, Jon can't help but embrace his Kroot's heritage. And under a red blood moon, he risks losing all sense of self and becoming a
blood
ravenous
moon?
beast. Jon's story was about the same as any werewolves until he happened upon a man who was also half monster and who defeated Jon in combat.
With martial arts.
Wow. He
Hell
literally
yeah.
got those hands.
I keep telling
Okay.
people, the only way to solve violence is with a good pair of nunchucks.
Jon's new friend did not offer violence, but control. Seeing little other option, Jon accepted a life with his new sensei.
While we don't know for sure what fighting style he was trained in, based on the time period, location, and his stance, we can guess that he was learning Shotokan karate.
Inspired by Bushido and Zen Buddhism, Shotokan Karate's focus is on controlled calm, a strong defense, and a rejection of unnecessary violence. Basically the exact opposite of being a werewolf.
Well, sign me up for his doggy dojo, cause I have no idea how all that Zen stuff translates to moves like his climb chaser and wild circular. Rejection of unnecessary violence? My ass, this dude's just showing off.
By embracing his werewolf speed, Jon can bash foes with his nunchaku and move so fast he appears to be in two places at once.
And by tapping into his inner energy,
Okay.
ki, Jon can perform the beast cannon and rocket around the room like a doggy meteor of pain. But that's nothing compared to the almighty dragon cannon.
Okay.
Oh yeah! So much for being Zen, right? That dragon can incinerate a whole wall.
Jon's
Summons
training
a
seemed to do the
dragon.
trick, until his master was killed by a group of bandits.
Where was your flaming dragon there, man?
Enraged yet again by the cruelty of mankind, but tempered by his master's compassion, Jon became conflicted over his role in a morally gray world, unwilling to fight, but always ready.
And by combining his martial arts skills with his natural werewolf powers, he became a wolf man
Make
to
me
be
want to watch the
reckoned
show,
with.
yo.
His razor-sharp claws can slice through steel, and even punch holes in powerful Darkstalkers like Lilith.
He's also got those great doggo senses, like super hearing and smell.
To demonstrate, I've modulated dummy senses up to the same degree as those of a wolf.
I see you find my frequent humiliation amusing.
Oh, I
Wow.
do. Boop.
In open climates, wolf ears can hear sounds up to 10 miles away.
Boomstick, somebody's outside stealing your dune buggy.
No, there. Wait, really?
Better go check.
And their sense of smell is over 100 times greater than that of a human's.
Oh good, the thief got away.
What did you
Wow.
smell that told you that?
Salt, lots and lots of salt.
with nothing but grit and a thick layer of what I'm sure is unreasonably soft fur that you just want to scritch behind the ears. Jon has survived an onslaught of missiles from the Monster Hunter BB
Missiles?
Hood. Wait. Who gave Little Red Riding Hood military-grade ordnance? I want to shake their hand.
We've seen Jon dodge bullets up close, but he's bragged about being as fast as light speed.
Sure, Jon.
And he can take down these 5,500-pound alien robots called Heat Souls, which can fly through outer space. Also, it's worth mentioning that Darkstalker society is broken up into different classes based on the strength and power of the individual.
Jon is a B-plus class Darkstalker, which is way above average, so it makes sense to compare him to other B-plus classers to gauge his limits.
Like Anakaris, who sank all of ancient Egypt underground.
Or QB, who could lift a massive beehive high above this castle.
What?
Based on its size relative to the castle, this hive would have to weigh over 30 million tons.
That's
I'm not
like
even gonna
lifting
say
over
anything to that.
300 aircraft carriers, and Jon's way more jacked than she is. And imagine getting stung by one of those bees.
Yeah.
Even with his amazing power, after decades of torment, Jon had resigned himself to a life of misery and solitude.
Really?
Until he met the cutest cat girl around. Now, we all know cats are usually super evil and Satan's presence on Earth, but Felicia taught him that humans actually aren't so bad. Wait. So
Okay.
years of martial arts discipline couldn't temper his bad side, but getting laid did? You know what? I believe it.
As far as we know, they're just friends.
Yeah, and I'm sure the internet could give you 34 good reasons why that's bullshit, Wiz.
Well, despite what DeviantArt thinks, Felicia would help Jon conquer his dark side.
Aw,
Literally.
Felicia.
Like, he literally fought his dark side and killed it. I always thought that was supposed to be like metaphor stuff, but I guess that isn't the weirdest
wow.
thing we've talked about.
And with that victory, Jon finally claimed dominance over his monstrous identity and committed himself to a life of compassion.
But Jon will always be a Darkstalker. If he relapses, he'll be as deadly as ever.
There will always be a monster inside of him, just
He's actually
waiting
a
to
good
be
guy.
let loose.
Existence with humans is impossible. That is why we are called Darkstalkers.
I think he's gonna win.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all
The
possibilities.
man got so
But
much
speaking
skills.
of howling in the middle of the
He's
night,
not gonna lose
let's
the
talk
homie
about
right here.
Blue Chew. Oh, it's time for a death battle!
Let's get it. Money on the guy that came from Darkstalkers.
Forgive me.
I have no forgiveness left, monster.
Okay. The music. Okay. Get him. Yeah. Okay, y'all. With the music? Oh, he bit him. Oh. What about the red moon? We're not gonna implement that?
You taste enticing.
Oh, we summoning bats? Go ahead. Woo! Nunchucks.
Taste the fury of the beast!
Okay. He really used a person? A carcass? Music fits. There we go.
No, not now.
Yeah, it's over.
Combo breaker!
Really?
Not like him.
What?
Not like this.
What?
I'm no monster, but tonight I'll make an exception.
Wow. It's over. Okay.
Wiz, I think I need to see a therapist to tell them how awesome that was.
Sabrewulf was a ferocious foe, but Jon had a lot going for him in most regards. For instance, Jon was trained in genuine martial arts and practiced them for decades, while Sabrewulf relied entirely on instinct.
You mean killer instinct? Eh?
Really?
You're no fun. But hey, remember how Sabi defeated Glacius, who attacked Arya in less than a nanosecond?
Technically, that put Sabrewulf's reaction capability well within light speed, which Jon claimed he could match.
But that was just bragging, right?
Hardly. Those Cuzitselijah units Jon fought were capable of flying across the galaxy, hundreds of millions of light years in only a short time. This is important because fellow Darkstalkers Morgan and Dimitri have intercepted Cuzitselijahs in mid-flight combat.
Yeah, those two are A-classers, but B-plus Darkstalkers like Jon have kept up with the higher classes in speed plenty of times. Hell, BB Hood can, and she's a C-class.
When it comes to the Darkstalker class system, speed is much less a factor than power and energy levels. To be frank, even if Jon was half Morgan's speed, he'd still be faster than Sabrewulf. So, if anything, he wasn't bragging enough.
He was way stronger, too. QB's also a B-plus Darkstalker, and she lifted that 30 million ton
That's
beehive.
crazy.
Way more than anything Sabrewulf can pull off. And when it came to ranged options, I think a Flaming Inferno Key Dragon beats out a lone discount Fire Bat any day.
While his application is different, we can gauge the level of ki Jon has at his disposal by factoring Anakaris sinking all of Egypt.
So the only logical thing to do was measure the total weight of ancient Egypt. No, really. We did that.
Most buildings in the period were made of clay bricks and about 4.3 meters tall. Adding the known volume of the pyramids and considering additional land, we determined
That's too
Anakaris'
much
ki had
math.
to be strong enough to move a civilization weighing over 1.2 trillion tons.
And that's not even counting all the people. Or cats. They had a shitload of cats. Now that sounds crazy for an old school horror monster like a mummy or a werewolf, but Darkstalkers aren't quite like the classics.
At this fight's core, though, Jon won because of the kind of werewolf he was. Through years of struggle, Sabrewulf never found any means to tame his savagery, while Jon had successfully managed to regulate his wild side, giving a level of precision, skill, and control the poor Baron couldn't even begin to understand. Sabrewulf was vicious and unrelenting, but Jon had the training, the power, and,
He did.
yes, the Flaming Inferno Dragons to score a brutal victory.
Brutal doesn't even cut it. I mean, how much blood was that? You know, it had to be at least a gallon.
Oh my gosh.
The winner is Jon Talbain.
Well, told you. I guess I was right this time. Yes, I was. I didn't expect anything less because dude was like, he had skills. The only thing that I could think of that the other dude had, which was Sabrewulf, only had durability, maybe, if that. That was the only thing that came to mind. I'm like, everything else dude had skills, mastery arts, everything. So I was like, yeah, he gonna win. But listen, y'all, if y'all wanna watch the original video, link in the description down below. November 15th, I think it's red versus blue, November 15th, so I think that's a Saturday, one of those 2 days. Expect the reaction that day. Other than that, y'all, if you like this reaction, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed. That being said, y'all stay safe and be blessed. Peace.